Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the premium video. I was going to take a look at a couple of setups here. This chart is kind of squished. Actually, I guess I could raise this up a little bit up here. Okay, that gives us a little bit more room. So the idea here is just a couple questions about kind of the indicator and some things like that coming up for Saturday. Well, so for cotton, this is a trade that I've been watching, and the scary thing is when something is falling like this, you don't want to catch the falling knife. Now somebody asked, well, what about scalper alerts? Well, a scalper alert would have showed up right here, okay, and you can see that kind of failed. In fact, let me get that. Oh, okay, there we go. So the idea with this then is it's really just kind of saying, look, I want to buy cotton. I don't know what level is going to hold. Is it going to hold this prior level here, or is it going to be here, or et cetera, et cetera. Now, what's nice about this is telling you, look, get ready. Okay, this thing, it's getting close, but it's not ready yet. Aim. Okay, and then when you see what I call the big purple arrow, okay, then it's like it's fine to get in. And so we got in this, and it's just been so far easy peasy. And at this point, I'm looking to see that this thing can actually take out the highs. Now, this doesn't have a squeeze associated with it, but what I'm watching here is the multiple time frame analysis from the daily perspective. And now we got every time frame except the weekly. And if we can get the weekly and we go back into full-on bull mode, okay, then we can just ride the sucker until it loses one of those. So it's a nice kind of a combination of kind of catching the ebbs and flows there. And then another trade that we did this on was Facebook. Okay, and Facebook, you can see here, this time we had a squeeze. Now we didn't get the ready aim. Okay, so ready aim, that's the most kind of powerful combination there. In this case, we got ready, but we had a squeeze, and then, again, waiting for kind of the big solo arrow there, and I'll talk more about that on Saturday. It's telling you, like, hey, this thing's ready to go. And this was like at 126, and here we are at 131.98, and that's been a very, very solid trade. And then you can see on Facebook, it's a slightly different look. You got dots instead of the arrows, but kind of the same idea, okay? And as it's going along there. And this Facebook trade, we actually did it as a theta positive trade, not a pure directional trade. It's obviously worked out very well. We got still got a little bit more potential on that call debit spread, assuming we can stay up here, but we're very near max profit on that. We've got a little bit more left on this put credit spread, just based on time factor. We're giving all these about 10 days, 9 days now instead of the end of this week. But all in all, very solid setups. So this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about this Saturday at the Bullseye class. Now, it's great that you get the indicator. I think that's nice. You go to simplertrading.com/bullseye. And this is a Saturday class. And there's also live trading. And again, you get the indicator, which is great. If you don't have Thinkorswim or Toss, it will be included into the scanner. If you're already a subscriber to the scanner, that's no extra charge. Now, but the thing with this is that in addition to the indicator, we're going to be looking at the best ways to trade these key reversals. Okay, what kind of option strategies do you use? This is going to be the first time that Carolyn and I and Henry have been in a room looking at levels together, and when something slams into a level, it's like, well, why is this a good level? What are the triggers that we're going to use to get into it, and most importantly, how are we going to play it? If we're going to play it aggressively, let's show you how that's going to work in a live account. If we're going to play this conservatively, what is the best way to do that? So during the class, we're going to be talking about the anatomy of a high probability reversal. Okay, whatever time frame that you're using, it's a 3-step process, and you can just sit there and build a solid case for getting into a position before a big move takes off. How to objectively know if you're trading a reversal or a retracement. How to identify when support or resistance is likely to fail. Okay, important. If it's likely to fail, then you can go with it and help the markets push it through. Why some bold trades can be lower risk than so-called safe setup. That's important. I like to always say that if you have too many indicators and you're trying to get confirmation, by the time you get confirmation on everything, the trade's already going to be over. How to know whether a stock will explode higher or lower more than 75% of the time. how to know when to take a directional trade or a non-directional option position. Now, the other question that comes up, well, what about futures? What about Forex? What about individual stocks? You can do this on whatever instrument you're looking at. You know, if it's a futures contract, great. If you're using options, great. There's more strategies you can do there. And a big part of this too, and I find a lot of traders struggle with this, is how to get smart targets. Today we had a great trade in Baidu, and it slammed into our target, and then over the 191.23, and then at the end of the day it's down to 189, and a couple people were asking like, oh gosh, I can't believe I lost money on this. And it's like, well, that was the target. Why didn't you take it off? And a lot of times the idea is like, oh, this thing is going to keep on going, and that's a big mistake to make here. And there's a way to manage these kind of trades where you take, I always call it, it's a combination of get the easy money off the table, and then you can work a secondary position for further gains. But you got to take the easy money off the table when it's sitting there right in front of you. So if you're seeing this, you can still take advantage of the early bird pricing at $4.97. Friday at 5 o'clock, this is going up to $6.97. So yes, it does include the indicator, the $4.97. But it also includes a very great class on Saturday, where Carolyn, myself, and Henry are going to go through all this stuff in detail, so you'll have all the tools and knowledge that you need to trade reversals. Plus, you get this cool indicator that's become a key element in my own trading and how I've been doing this. Now, in addition to all this, there are 4 bonuses. Well, actually 5 bonuses if you count the indicator itself. But the second bonus is you get the Options Foundation course. So if you're newer to options, that's included, okay? You also get the Beginner's Guide to Fibonacci. If you're newer to that, that's included. It's a great class. Now, also on that Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock, we're going to be doing, so the regular class is going to be from 12 to 6 Central, right? But at 10, we're going to do a bonus session on how to set up the indicator and set up your charts, okay? So if you're newer, that's a perfect intro. At 11, I'm going to go over kind of the basic chart setup that I like to use. You know, if you've been to the classes before and you've sat through that, you don't need to do it again. And then at 12, we'll start with the new stuff, okay? All right, so that's what we got. Saturday class is going to be great. And then as always, if you like to do the live trading, the $9.97 includes 3 days of live trading on the 13th, 15th, and 16th. It's online, but you get to look over our shoulder while we're doing live trades and follow us along. And that, of course, includes the Saturday class. This is going to be a great class. Looking forward to seeing you there. Simplertrading.com. Looks like it's a little cut off there. /bullseye. We'll get you to where you need to go. All right. Let us know if you need anything or have any questions on this. Otherwise, looking forward to working with you this Saturday.